Hi, this is Silver from Fablux Wigs. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all the essentials that I use when I'm making a wig on a sewing machine. So if you're interested in knowing what I use to make wigs on a sewing machine, then keep watching. The first thing you're going to need is a very good sewing machine. Personally, I love the Singer brand. This on my left is a Singer heavy duty sewing machine. It's a little bit more pricier than the Singer Tradition. They both work very well. However, the heavy duty machine is a lot more faster. So if you're a newbie at making wigs on a sewing machine, you may find that this goes a little bit faster than you may want it to go. I can assure you though, that if you persevere, you will be able to keep up with this bad boy. The Singer Tradition, however, is for someone who really wants something that's going to go at a very, very slow speed. What I found is that over time, the Singer Tradition did become a bit slow for me and I did have a need for speed. So I would advise you to go ahead and invest in the Singer Heavy Duty right now, and that way you don't have to change sewing machines. The next thing you're going to need is a very good canvas wig block. This one is from GEX. I like this because they are consistent. I love the fact that their wig blocks have a nice curvature at the back. One thing I would say you shouldn't do is do not use a styrofoam head. Another thing I would advise you not to do is do not use those canvas wig blocks that are shaped like a rectangle. You want something that's going to have some kind of curvature at the back in order to have a nice fit for your wig. What wig cap do I use? Now, there are many wig caps that you can choose from. These are two of my favorites. This is a capless wig cap and this is a dome cap. The dome cap has become quite popular over the past few years, especially for frontal wigs. I personally like to use these for my closure wigs. The plastic is removable, so don't be afraid. Don't think that the plastic is going to stay inside of the wig cap. It's definitely going to be removed after you've made your wig. So the wig cap you use is all dependent on what your client wants or what you want for yourself. That's what's going to determine what wig cap you use. There's also some other wig caps out there, but for now, I would advise you to use a dome cap or a capless wig cap, ventilated wig cap, open wefted wig cap, whatever you want to call it, just use it. Wigs, you will need a tripod. This is a very affordable one. It's called a table clamp and you can get this for under $10. This is a bit more heavy duty. It's also known as a tripod, and this is what you will be placing your wig block on in order to make your wig. So if you decide to use this, you just clamp it to the table and you attach this like this. It's very user friendly, and especially if space is an issue or if budget is an issue, then I highly recommend this wig clamp. Let's talk pins. So there's two kinds of pins that we use when we're making our wigs. One is a T-pin and one is a quilting pin. The T-pins I use when I'm attaching the wig cap to the canvas wig block. But whenever I'm using the lace, whenever I'm trying to attach my closure or my frontal to that same wig cap on the wig block, I like to use the quilted pins because they don't poke holes inside of my lace. So it's very important for you to understand which pin to use. The quilting pins have a ball-like thing on top of them. If I just put it around here so you can see it properly. And the T-pins are shaped like a T, hence their name. The only problem is they normally have a little hook where the metal goes underneath the T, and that's actually what rips the lace when you insert them into your lace products. So that's why I advise you to only use quilting pins for your lace products, but use this when you're attaching them to your canvas wig block. You'll definitely need some kind of needle in order to sew down your frontal or your closure. This is called a C needle. This is my preference. I don't like the straight ones. It helps me to sew better. This is what you're going to be using to attach your frontal or your closure to your wig cap before or after sewing on your tracks. So these C needles can be bought from Amazon, from any beauty supply store, and they come in 2 to 3 different sizes. I like the big ones because I have a better grip. when using them. So that's your C needle. This is a tailor's measuring tape. It's flexible, and this is absolutely essential if you're making wigs on a sewing machine. This will help you get accurate measurements of your client's head. It will also allow you to transfer those measurements onto the wig block, which will give you a well-fitted wig. Definitely get one of these. Let's talk thread. The thread that I prefer to use is polyester sewing thread. That's the best thread, in my opinion, that I use to make my wigs. When it comes to sizing, I like to save money. So I prefer to use bigger spools like this and like this. The smaller ones will probably get you through one wig, but these bigger ones, you're able to make quite a few wigs. Now, the problem with this is that this won't fit comfortably on your sewing machine, and that's what this is for. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will see I did a post, and I will link it below as to how I use this to position my big spool of thread. So you position it like this, and you're able to thread your sewing machine. This kind of thread is very economical and will last you a very, very long time. You can use anything from basic $1 scissors to whatever scissors you want to use. I like to use a snipper. This one is from Singer also, and what I love about it is it's very sharp and it's also very precise. So once I want to get right close to the wig cap, I use this. So I highly recommend the Singer snippers. There might be some other brands out there as well, but this is what I use, and I really, really think it's the best thing to use when you're making wigs on a sewing machine. You will need a marker if you're making a wig on a sewing machine. This is what you're going to be using to mark your guidelines on your wig cap and any other markings that you want to make on your wig block. This is a Sharpie, it's a permanent marker. I prefer the permanent markers because in the past, I've tried using chalk, but the chalk ultimately rubs off while I'm making the wigs. So this one, although permanent, eventually it does wash off. I say it's safe to use. What needle do I use on my sewing machine? You need a jeans or denim needle. They're both the same thing. They're very strong needles, and the size is 110/16 or 110/18. That's what you need to get. This one is a brand called Schmetz, but you can also get them from your local quilting store. You can get them from your local department store, your local supermarket. A lot of stores actually sell these needles. What's really important is to ensure that you get the right size needle to ensure that you have a very good experience sewing your wigs. This is a little thing that I like to talk about during my wig classes. This is the zigzag presser foot. The zigzag presser foot is what's going to allow you to comfortably make a zigzag stitch on your wig. So these tend to come with your sewing machine, but it's important for you to get one that the opening is right in the center. Try not to use one with the opening on the side. And here's a little bonus tip for you. This is called the open toe presser foot, and this is the one that I like to use for my doubling of wefts. So this will help you to double your wefts with ease, and I also have a mini course on this that is linked below in case you are interested in that. Making a mistake is unavoidable. That's the reason why this little thing right here will save you. It's called a seam ripper, and you can use it to unpick those little stitches when you've made a mistake. It's also called I think it's also called a seam picker as well. So I love these because they give me that confidence when I'm making my wig, just to know that I can unpick. The most important thing, obviously, when making a wig is to have the hair that you're going to use. So either have your frontal or your closure and your bundles for making your wig. Obviously, without that, you don't have a wig. So this is pretty obvious. Have your hair and your frontals for your wig. Here's a little bonus I want to share with you, because when I shared this on my Instagram, so many people were thanking me for this tip. This is a bobbin holder. So I use this in my business. I like to wind all my bobbins and store them in here, because when I'm making my wig, I don't like to be distracted by my bobbin running out. I don't like to stop and wind my bobbin and then get back into it. It just ruins my flow. So I prefer to have all my bobbins nicely wound and waiting for me for whenever I need them. So you can do this as well to help you be a bit more efficient with your sewing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that video, then please like and subscribe. If you have any questions whatsoever, put them in the comments below and you know I'll be there to answer them. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.